love, and welcome to the channel. I am Kay, an astrologer, numerologist, Reiki master and spiritual witch here on YouTube. Listen, if you've been attracted to this video, this is confirmation that what's in it is for you. There is a message here for you to receive. And if you love astrology as much as I do, check out my moon phase planner for 2023. There are free astrology resources, a road opener ritual, and many different types of lists and interesting things that you can use to plan your week, alongside knowing exactly what phase and what sign the moon is in. Check out the description box, the link is below. Let's get into your video. Hello Pisces, and welcome back. I do hope that you've been looking after yourself. You've had a wonderful month of November. Welcome to your horoscope for December. So we're looking at the 1st to the 15th of the month, and largely what I see for this particular sign is a lot of activity around your finances, your career, and also your home life. What we've got on the screen here is the chart for the full moon and how the universe will look. So this month it will be on the 8th of December at 16 degrees of the sign Gemini at around 4:09 a.m. This is GMT time, so it could be the same day for you or the day before. But before we get to the full moon, if we look on the chart here, we can see over on the left by the blue arrow, the sun is actually in the sign of Sagittarius. So for you, the sun is around your career, your ambition, your direction, where it is that you're heading in life, and your overall goals. This is known as your 10th house. So where the arrow is, that is black, the sun will shift up to this house in this part of the chart for Pisces. So this is a good time basically as we start the month for these parts of your life, because the sun does bring growth, health, vitality, and generally blessings. If you have any career aspirations, if you're working on any particular goal, dream, or direction that you wish to head in, especially as we are closing out 2022 and we are going into 2023, just know that the universe is actually really supporting you with this now, and it's a good time for that. On the 4th of the month, we're going to have your ruling planet, Neptune, finally turn direct. So let's all crack out the champagne and be happy about this. So on the chart down the bottom by the red arrow, we've got circled a pink symbol. This is the planet Neptune. Now Neptune, as you may know, being a Pisces, is the planet of our soul desires. He is what can bring illusions, delusions as well. Sometimes we can be a bit delusional. This planet can make us feel that way, but he is a planet that connects us to what we want basically on a soul purpose. It's quite a spiritual planet. Now when he is in retrograde, which is what he has largely been doing throughout 2022, this is when he can cause us all to have some kind of reality check. Now you being a Pisces and this being your ruling planet, this is going to be around your first house where he turns direct. So where the blue arrow is, and the sun is currently there on the chart at the moment, Neptune is going to shift from where he is over to here for the Pisces chart. What this means for you Pisces is that possibly throughout 2022, because this planet has been largely retrograde, you could have been in a situation where you have been questioning things, questioning what is the reality of this, where is this really going, what am I heading with, where am I heading with this, is this going to work? Because that is the energy of him in retrograde, and he can then give us that kind of shock to make us see the reality of what things are. Now when he turns direct on the 4th of December, this is when things can maybe start moving for you, and because you are Pisces and because this is going to be in your first house, it's going to be your desires, what it is that you want, and everything that is largely to do with you as a person. So what it is that you desire on a soul level, because it's in your first house. Now the full moon itself, which we can see here, we can see on the right hand side of the chart, we can see the moon circled in pink at 16 degrees of Gemini, that's the grey symbol, and opposite her we have the sun, the yellow symbol, at 16 degrees of Sagittarius. This is what gives us the full moon, when we have these two energies in opposite signs opposing each other. This is going to happen around your area of life that is to do with your home, your family, your security, whatever's happened in the recent past, and this is pretty much what we call the private life. So where the arrow is that's red at the bottom, this is the 4th house, and the moon, she's going to shift down here for you, while the sun will be across from her in your career direction and ambitions house, the 10th house where the black arrow is. This is how it will be for the Pisces chart. So what I'm seeing here is, because this is a full moons are a time where we often make decisions, or we are called to make a decision by the universe, or we get to a point in life where we either can go left, we can go right, we can go this way, that way, and we really need to decide. And this is because when you have the moon and the sun in opposing signs, in opposing energies and opposite each other, this is what causes tension, otherwise known as decision making. So for you, I want you to think about your home life, your family life, your private life. What has been happening for you, Pisces, in the recent past that you may need to make a decision with? Now, this full moon week, we're also going to have Mars, which is just above the moon on the right hand side of the chart, circled in orange. He is going to turn retrograde, and he will be conjuncting with the moon during this full moon, because he is also at 16 degrees of the sign Gemini, which we can see on the screen. Planets in retrograde, as mentioned, they can pull you back to situations, people, places and things, to make you reevaluate and reassess things. And this particular planet, Mars, is the planet largely of motivation, determination, drive, and where we're going and how we're going to get things done. And in a birth chart, he can represent someone's sexual drive, or how they are sexually. But in this context, when we're looking at the full moon, for you, this is going to happen again around the same area of your home, your family life, your private life, the recent past, and also any dominant mother figures that we have in our life as well comes into this area of life. So you could feel some pullback with this. The second thing that's happening this full moon week is that we're going to have the North Node, and also the planet that causes unexpected changes, Uranus, which are both circled here in green. They are going to form a conjunction, and when planets conjunct, they are, or planets or energies, depending on what we're talking about. In this context, we're talking about one energy, the North Node, because it's not a planet, and we're talking about the planet Uranus. So let's just say energies in this context, because they're two different things. But when either a planets or either energies conjunct, they are so close in distance that we can kind of take their energies as one and read them as one message. And the North Node is about where we're going, and then you have Uranus, which is about an unexpected change. So let's take a closer look at this. So for you, Pisces, as a major change, which I'm predicting for this particular sign, is an energy that could be vibrating around your life as we move into January 2023, is firstly, when we have your ruling planet Neptune turn direct on the 4th, which is circled here down the bottom by the red arrow, this is an ideal time for you to move forward with your appearance, because it's the first house of you. If you want to get a haircut, if you want a makeover, if you want to do anything to yourself physically, this could be a good time. And also your appeal as a person could be improved, or you could become more appealing to other situations, places and things, because Neptune is turning direct. But at the same time, when he turns direct, it's also a time for every single star sign and every single person here on planet Earth to continue to be realistic about things. And the realistic message will be depending on where Neptune will rest in that particular sun sign or star sign's chart. Now for you, because you are Pisces, and as mentioned, it's your first house, it's an indication from the universe for you to continue to be realistic about yourself, your goals, what you want, how you show up in life, and where you are going, because he, as mentioned, will shift from where he is over to where the black arrow is into your first house. Now he's going to turn direct on the 4th at around 2:15 a.m. This is GMT, my local time, so it could be the same day for you or the day before, depending where you are in the world. But from this point on, as we move through December and as we touch into January, where he will still continue to be on this direct journey, a major change is, how are you going to be realistic about yourself, your expectations and your journey as we start the new year? Now with the North Node and Uranus, the planet that causes changes, and this conjunction that's happening here, so we've got it here on the screen circled in red. As mentioned, if the North Node is where we're going and Uranus is the planet that causes unexpected changes, this is about a change in our direction. And I have spoken about this aspect quite a few times this year if you've been here. It's because the North Node has been conjunct to Uranus for quite a while, because Uranus is a very slow moving planet and it takes forever to move. But the reason why I'm highlighting it now for all the signs is because they're actually in retrograde at this point in time. So what I'm seeing here is you, Pisces, being pulled back to situations, people, places and things to do with your home life, your family life, what you call secure, things that have been going on in the recent past in your life, and maybe something to do with any female figures in your life that are quite important that you may consider as a mother figure. Well, this house is related to the mother figure. What I see here is that potentially, because it is a retrograde and they're going backwards, setbacks, hold-ups and confusion could release for you in this part of your life. But at the same time, you may find yourself going back over things to do with this part of your life. You may even have some unexpected development or change with your home life, your private life, recent things that have been happening in your life, in personally for you, how it resonates for you as a Pisces. And this is something that could continue with you as you close out December and you move forward to January. When we get to the January horoscopes, I will touch on this again and give you more information, but these are some of the areas, or 2 areas, that I see could be mainly big changes coming to you in January. Expect something to shift when it comes to your home life. And when we talk about the 4th house, we talk about things that we don't necessarily put on social media. These are things that we don't necessarily tell the whole world, only if we're really close to someone, they might know what's really going on in our private life. Also things that have happened in the recent past, these could be quite private things to you. And when we talk about security of the 4th house, this is your foundations. So your home, your security in your love life, your security in your work life, your security in your private life. However security as a word translates to you, this is what we're talking about when we're talking about the North Node and Uranus in this part of your life, and maybe being pulled back to things to deal with that you've experienced before, or maybe some kind of release, hold up, setback or confusion, moving slightly forward, even if you are having to go over old ground. Because this aspect with the North Node and Uranus is happening under the sign of Taurus, really what we also should be doing is taking the message from the sign that this is happening under. And Taurus is that sign that will really slow down the planet of Uranus's energy. Now, Uranus is a very erratic planet. It causes change. It's a very rebellious planet. It is a very futuristic planet. And the goal of a planet like this is to shake things up so that we move forward. But when you have it under a sign like Taurus, it will slow it down, which means the message from the universe is now for all of us, wherever this aspect will fall in a person's chart, is when it comes to this unexpected change, and in your situation to do with your 4th house and your home life, even though change may be coming or you need to make change, please take slow and steady steps with it, like Taurus's energy. Taurus is a fixed sign. It does not do things on a whim. It likes things as it is normally, and it's a sign that is very concerned with stability, the future, the long term, and it is a sign that likes security, things to be stable. So be prepared for changes with the home life. Make these changes if necessary, if that resonates, but do it taking a very slow and steady approach and making sure that everything is planned out well. So if you have enjoyed this horoscope, if something here has helped you, then please do give the video a like, because that was my only intention whenever I do these horoscopes. And if you are new here, then thank you so much for being here. Why not subscribe? I would love to see you here again. And if you're a Pisces who is returning, then as always, thank you so much for the support and thank you for being here. So From around the 11th of this month, I will be posting and uploading the horoscopes from the 15th to the 31st of December. The videos may pop up here now as I'm speaking if they're already up on the channel. If not, do check back around then, because that is when they will be going live. And if you are someone who loves astrology as much as I do, don't forget to check out the 2023 moon phase planner, daily and weekly planner that I've put together for myself and everybody else, which is now available on Amazon. There's free astrology resources. There is, you can use it to plan your week, plan your month, and of course you'll know every day of the year what sign the moon is in, when all the full moons, new moons and eclipses are. There's loads of stuff in there. I'm not gonna go on about it too much. If you have any interest, just check the description box and you will find the direct link to Amazon there. So enjoy the first couple of weeks of December, and I will catch you towards the end of the month. I'll see you soon, Pisces. Keep well.